Blue Jays get swept by the Mets for the first time all season. Honestly, when it happened, I thought this was going to be a much more depressing video. The series sucked. I'm not going to lie to you. There is, however, some huge news that you may have heard about. We'll get to that at the end. In terms of the series, though, as I said in the last video, I came into it thinking that the Jays had a really good chance to beat the Mets in this one. Obviously, that didn't end up being the case. Absolutely no fault to the starting pitching staff. They went 17 1/3 innings this series. They only gave up 5 runs. Special shout out to Chris Bassett. Bassett went 6 2/3 shutout innings in his performance. Probably could have gone deeper if we're being honest, but he was pulled quick. It's the second start of the season, I get it. Also, big shout out to Bowden Francis, who continues to keep doing it. Bowden's still in this weird run where you never know when it's going to end, but as long as it's still going, he's one of the better starters in this rotation. And then Kevin Gausman. I think Kevin Gausman deserved better than what he had. The 2-run homer to Pete Alonso was a perfect pitch. The fact that he found a way to hit that out of the park is insane. Would have been really nice to see Pete Alonso in a Blue Jays uniform this year. I digress. I have absolutely nothing to shout out on the offensive side of the game. Outside of George Springer had another multi-hit game to start the series. He also had a pretty scary moment in Game 2 of the series where he crashed into the wall trying to make a play on a ball. It looked really bad, but he's already back and playing. We have nothing to worry about. It's all good. All in all, I'm a little worried about what the offense did in this series. They weren't good. They looked a lot like 2024, and that's something they can't do if they want to compete this year. But the starting rotation was fantastic, and we saw some good performances out of some guys in the bullpen. I think overall, they're going to be fine. The piece of news that's saving the entire series, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. signs a 14-year, $500 million deal. The deal works out to be $35.7 million AAV. It puts him just inside the top 10 highest AAV in the majors. Overall, I think it's a contract that you have to sign if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. Over the course of this franchise, at least in my lifetime and just before it, they've never had a homegrown star that's stayed. You look back at some of the best. Doc went to Philly. Delgado went to the Mets. Bautista didn't start here. Edwin didn't start here. None of the big-name guys have been here from start to finish. We have a chance now to do that with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It's a lot of money to pay for a first baseman. I won't sugarcoat it. But if Vladimir Guerrero Jr. can reach his ceiling, 35.7 a year really isn't all that much for a perennial MVP candidate. Now, there's a chance that he hits the floor, and we're a little bit more worried about it. But right now, we're going to think positively. I want to give a little bit of credit to Vlad himself because he's been saying for years that he wants to stay in Toronto. And usually when you hear a star say they want to stay somewhere, it's all lip service, and they're just doing it to kind of please the fans and make the front office seem like they're the villain. But apparently here, it was legitimate. And why wouldn't it be? He was born here. His dad said he liked it here when we had him for 10 minutes in the minor leagues there. It seems like a perfect fit for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Overall, at this point, I don't think the stats play a huge factor into why the contract was signed. If you're the Toronto Blue Jays, you had to keep some sort of star here. They've obviously struck out on guys like Ohtani and Soto and Sasaki and on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So you have to try and hit a home run when you have a guy like Vlad wanting to be here. Will he play up to it? Who cares? I guess we'll see in the next few years. So that's it for this video. Obviously, we didn't talk about the series. The series didn't happen. We'll pretend like that was nothing. The Jays are in Boston right now. They're already up 2-0 in the series. Let's see how it goes.